Hey guys, Buffett Game back today bringing out a video, and today we're going over the future of Warzone and the acknowledgement of official Call of Duty channels that they will be updating the game and making fixes by delaying Season 2 of Call of Duty Vanguard and the Warzone seasons, and they also issued a public apology last week if you missed that. So, jumping right into it here, I'll put the link down below to the Call of Duty Twitter page, and we'll show this on screen quickly. But basically, last week, January 13th, so I believe it was last Thursday, the official Call of Duty Twitter account issued a public apology, and what they said was, they just said, we wanted to take a minute and talk to you about fixing the game. We hear you loud and clear, we feel your frustrations. Our teams are hard at work at addressing issues and are being experienced across Vanguard, Warzone, and Modern Warfare. Updates are being deployed as quickly as possible. We want everyone to have a seamless experience no matter which game mode, or platform you play on, which is a big problem as we went into in the video earlier in the week. Your feedback is a critical part of our development process to make the games the best they can be. Stay positive, stay posted up for real-time updates and the most frequent ones over on the official Call of Duty sources, and they list at the Twitter pages for Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Raven, and Sledgehammer. So that was the official public apology they got, basically acknowledging the state of the game, which goes a long way. This is something I think we've really wanted to see for a long time. They also go into, following up with that tweet, the latest implemented changes, acknowledging things like bug fixes that went in with collision issues, weapon balance, peek and shoot through them for player exploits, the invisible player skins that they balanced the other week, different weapon balancing for akimbo shotguns, and the Bren, which doesn't seem like that actually worked. Buy station bug they're working to fix and solve when players experience freezing, which is still ongoing. So hopefully they get things like that worked out soon as well. Now, if we look at what the future is and going forward, it seems like obviously they did delay earlier this week. They delayed the official launch of Season 2 of Call of Duty Vanguard and Warzone specific. So the official launch was supposed to be, I believe, February 2nd here of 2022. They delayed that to February 14th, which ends up being on Valentine's Day. So they made another post saying that we're delaying. Our priority is your gameplay experience. We've rescheduled the start of Season 2 across Warzone and Vanguard to February 14th. We will use this time across development to fix the game's stability as well as bugs and ensure overall level of polish for players, and to deliver updates including optimization in gameplay and game balance. So this is a big tweet. I think this is kind of what a lot of the fan base looks like, the player base. A lot of people, I think, get frustrated because things just aren't acknowledged, and I think it goes a long way when you acknowledge, hey, we hear that there's bugs. We understand there's bugs with the game. We hear you loud and clear. We acknowledge them, and we're going to officially delay something and work on them is big. So acknowledging them is one thing, but to actually say you're delaying the start of a season, which means they're delaying the revenue income that they're going to get from a lot of the season passes and the bundles and things like that. They're pushing that back in order to actually deploy the right fixes. Now, obviously, if you haven't heard, the Raven Software QA team has kind of been on strike because Activision said that they were going to hire a lot of these QA developers on, give them a pay increase, and instead they let them all go. So a lot of the Raven QA testers weren't around when Season 1 launched. So that's why a lot of things have been very buggy for Season 1 and the subsequent mid-season updates that we've seen since. So the game's been very buggy. They've really outsourced, it seems like, probably outsourced QA development, or just kind of done it with a skeleton crew for whoever's left. So a lot of things haven't been tested. We have a lot of issues that I went over in the other video I did earlier in the week. I believe it was Saturday or Sunday, so I won't go into them too much here, but things like the freezing at the buy stations, invisible weapons, texture issues over here on PS5. I can't see textures in buildings half the time. A lot of walls are invisible, so right off the spawn, when I land, I need to go into a building maybe and get a weapon, and I can't see the walls or doors or anything, so I'm just running into walls while I can see through them, see where there's weapons and boxes, but I can't get to them, and then I ended up getting killed. So things like that, and then you pick up the World War II guns, and they're invisible. World War II guns here from Vanguard are not fun to use at all. I really hate it as ground loot. And then there's also the change where you can't buy a loadout, so you're stuck with these invisible weapons for about 5 minutes, and then pray to God that you're able to get to your free loadout drop, unless typically there's 6 or 7 around it, and people are dropping in from Gulag with weapons, so you need to be very careful. Hopefully you have enough money to buy one and aren't getting pushed by a team at a buy station the second you can buy one, which typically ends up happening. I think there's been more instances where I haven't gotten a loadout the past couple days playing, and it's really frustrating. You spawn into these invisible weapons, invisible walls and buildings, textures that aren't loaded, and you're supposed to be playing a competitive game like this, trying to just have fun, really, but you can't see half the things that are going on. And let alone on console, we don't have a field of view slider, so now you have other folks who have not having experience in these bugs. They also have field of view that they can actually see what's going on around them in their peripherals, unlike here on console. So there's a big disadvantage here on PS5 specifically. Obviously, all the other next-gen consoles are having a lot of these issues as well when it comes to just being able to play the game. So hopefully this delay ends up fixing things and bringing Warzone into a state that it should be in going forward. I'm hoping for some decent amount of changes for at least keeping things afloat for a little while. Like I said, the one big thing I really want to see is a Modern Warfare Royale. I really want to see Modern Warfare weapons only, and I want to see them on the original Verdansk map with the bunkers. Give us the choice. At least throw Verdansk, the original map, not the 1984 map. Throw it back into the mix. The version that had the bunkers open. That, I think, was the peak Warzone, and I just think currently the state of the game and the map in general is just really... I'm not enjoying the map very much. I think it's a very bland and boring map. I would be much happier with all these issues if it were on Verdansk, to be honest. So that's kind of where I am. I think the new map is, hey, it's cool, it's great, but we shouldn't be stuck with that. I shouldn't have to pick the option of Caldera or Rebirth. We should be able to also have, in a rotation, you should have Caldera and Verdansk, and whether or not you can pick which one you want to play, at least have it in the rotation so you have a good chance of playing both. If you stay in a server to find a game, you do Caldera, then Verdansk, Caldera, Verdansk, vice versa. Things like that to keep things fresh. I think the game just gets more and more stale because the map is just, in my opinion, not very good. Visibility is very poor. The weapons are invisible. There's a big list of issues that hopefully this delay can allow them to fix. So let me know what you guys think down below. What issues are you having right now with Warzone or Call of Duty in general? Also, we didn't even mention the huge issues with Modern Warfare. Half the people can't even play the game Modern Warfare because the updates for the integration broke the game. So you had to uninstall, you had to do a manual, I believe, uninstall and reinstall of the game by deselecting, going into like the game's options itself without having the application open and doing all this workaround stuff in order to get it to work. It would say things are installed when they're not installed. It would uninstall things automatically. So it's really, all these updates are just breaking Modern Warfare, which I paid personally. I think it was like $120 for. And to not be able to play that game when I want to go back and play campaign or do something in multiplayer, that's definitely frustrating. So that's another thing I think they're going to be working on here. So there's definitely a lot of work to do. Hopefully things get ironed out, and hopefully the game is able to stay afloat up until Modern Warfare 2 later this year. And let's pray to God we get a relaunch with a Warzone 2 or something like that with a brand new map and only Modern Warfare 2 weapons. I wouldn't mind seeing the original Modern Warfare 2019 weapons in there in the mix as well on a new map. Get rid of the Cold War and the Vanguard weapons. Let's start fresh with only Modern Warfare, only a new map, and go from there. I think that's a good reset that this game needs, and I'm completely fine with Warzone, the new Warzone, being delayed into March again, so they can make that happen correctly. So let me know what you guys think down below. Till next time, this is Buffering Gaming, out.
Yep.
Keep him pinged.
Yep.
No.
Right.